Put Cameron on the phone.
And you know.
Put Cameron on the phone.
Hang on.
Hold on a second. Hello?
Cam, what's up, baby?
50, what up, baby?
Let me tell you.
No.
Cam, for 1 second.
Wait, Cam, let's hear. Cam, hold up, Cam, because you.
Three different.
We're not talking about your money, Cam. Listen to this. Check this out. Look. If you got, when you was on Def Jam.
We gotta let each side say.
All right, check this out. Cam.
I'm listening.
Let him rock for a
A
second.
huge portion of your success.
Wait, how much Lloyd Banks sold?
Well, Lloyd Banks is at 300,000.
Hey, he's on Amazing. Jim is at 300,000.
Right. And that's great for Jimmy, but Jimmy's not. Listen, look. That's great for Jimmy. Like every time I talk about balling, you know what, Cam? If you want to do.
Lloyd Banks is at 300,000. Jim Jones is at 300,000.
Yeah.
Jim Jones is on an independent.
Yeah.
Lloyd Banks is on Yellow.
But Lloyd Banks has more money than Jim Jones, and when you want to talk on that level, see, you get ready to turn it into something else. Check this out.
What is you talking about? Then you like Prodigy? Come over here.
Yeah, I let him do a deal over there because he asked to do the deal over there, and I said, you know what? You can go if you want to do that.
How much Mobb Deep sold this year?
All right, y'all gotta.
Curtis, how much did Mobb Deep sell this year?
You're not gonna be. You can ready to cause a whole different situation. Watch this.
How much
Let's not make it a different situation.
He thinks that it's good. He thinks that it's good to go into competition. I'm not gonna stop competing.
How much did the mob sell, Curtis?
Let me tell you something. The difference between Dipset and the average artist that signs to
How much did
Whoa, all right, we gotta shut him
How
off.
much the mob and how much Lloyd Banks sold?
All right, so it's January 9th, 2025, and 50 Cent just set Instagram on fire. He posted a photo of Jim Jones and casually labeled him Individual 1. Now, that might sound harmless if you don't know the backstory, but trust me, that caption was very intentional. This was 50's slick, calculated way of accusing Jim Jones of being a snitch. 50 didn't stop there. He reposted part of a federal wiretap transcript from the Tekashi 6ix9ine and 9 Trey Bloods investigation. In those documents, the mysterious person referred to as Individual 1 is allegedly Jim Jones. And here's where things get real uncomfortable. Almost everyone connected to 9 Trey ended up behind bars, except Jim. So the message 50 is sending is crystal clear. If everyone else went to prison and Jim didn't, somebody must have been talking. And according to 50, that somebody is Jim Jones. That's a heavy accusation, and it definitely doesn't look good for Jimmy. But let's be fair, this didn't come out of nowhere. The whole thing popped off after Jim made some slick comments about 50 Cent and Cameron on the Justin LeBoy podcast.
Them niggas, they got nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them niggas in their life, you heard? Both of them. Pause though, get off my... There's only space on there for baby girl, man. Come on, man. Tugging on my shit like that.
You never clear shit up. We never hear your side of the story. Kim was like, I thought we could pull it together. Next thing I know, I see Jim perform.
He ain't think nothing, he could pull nothing together. He couldn't do nothing with me. He couldn't tell me nothing, nigga. I just like get this shit twisted. Like, nigga, nobody could tell me nothing, nigga. I was my own boss. I did what I did as a fucking soldier, because I was a soldier, nigga. You heard? I had the soldiers, nigga. They didn't tell me nothing. You heard? I did what I wanted to do. I seen the shit wasn't going right, so I started doing what Jim Jones needed to do for Jim Jones, because the nigga was supposed to be the Don wasn't taking care of the capo.
Now, let's clear this up. As of 2025, 50 Cent and Cameron are actually cool. They're on good terms. But ever since Jim did that interview, both 50 and Cam have been on Jim non-stop. And don't forget, there was a time when you couldn't even imagine 50 and Cam being friendly. Today they're good, but back in the day, nah. These two were trading diss tracks like it was a full-time job. So let's rewind real quick, about 18 years back to 2007.
You also been in some other, battles and shit, wars, Cam as well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I haven't heard about Cam, I don't want to talk about him because he's missing. He's missing, and I don't know what happened. You understand what I'm saying? All I know is I was looking forward to going back and forth with him, mixing it up a little bit. I thought he had a good start, he had a sense of humor. You know what I'm saying? He was using the comedy route. instead of, actually being aggressive and going for it. And I was like, ooh, that's something different. And I'm evaluating that for a second. He works for me now. Gave me time for my new album.
The beef between 50 Cent and Cameron really kicked off on live radio and turned into one of the funniest rap feuds ever. 50 was on Hot 97 talking with Angie Martinez when Cameron randomly called into the show.
Mr. C's in the barbershop right now.
Shout out to
Everybody
Mr. C's in the barbershop. Shout out to all.
Flex, I know Flex out there listening to.
Shout out to Flex. Shout out to all the barbershops in the city.
Yeah, shout out to everybody who text messaging too.
That sounds means somebody's on the phone. Who is it, Mons? Who is it?
Cameron and Alan Run Black from Koch Records.
Cameron, let's talk.
What's your relationship with Cam? Do you have one?
Problems. We good.
No problems.
Yeah, I ain't had no issues.
Monse?
Is he by himself?
We gotta work out this phone situation because there's gonna be a lot of calls today.
Yeah, Jimmy with him.
Koch Records.
Your relationship with Dipset is good?
Yeah. Actually,
Can you guys hear me?
Who is that?
This is Alan Grumblatt. I'm the general manager of Koch Records.
yeah.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, how
What's
you
up,
doing?
Alan?
Hey, Angie, thanks for all your support and everything. You
What
know?
about me, Alan?
What's that?
What about me?
Hi.
How you doing?
Doing good.
You want to talk? You want to be on the air? Like an artist?
Hey, yeah, you know what? Just because I've been just hearing a lot of negativity, and Koch Records, we distribute Diplomat Records, and
Yeah, well, diplomats are cool, but put Cam on the phone.
Diplomat Records, and we pay them.
Put Cameron on the phone.
And
Put Cameron on the phone.
hang on.
Hold on a second. Hello?
Cam, what's up, baby?
50, what up, baby?
Hey,
Hold on. You shut down Diplomat Project?
I'm not talking about diplomats. If you got, listen, let me tell you something. Look, if you got, now check this out. Look, initially, you portion of your success.
How much Lloyd Banks sold?
Well, Lloyd Banks is at 300,000.
And he's on the major. Jim is at 300,000.
Right. And that's great for Jimmy, because Jimmy's not, listen.
So, 50 Cent had been talking about Koch Records, a record company that Cameron was working with. But Cam didn't like what 50 said, so he called into the show.
I'm not talking about diplomats, is it? Cam, did you really want that?
Nah, that's what I was asking. Can you do it? That's what I'm asking.
What I'm saying to you is, listen, let me explain something to you. I'm saying to you, I got projects over there. I just signed off. Right. I just let him do that deal, homeboy.
Exactly. So why would you let him do a deal at Koch, a place that you think is the graveyard?
It is the graveyard.
So why would you let your man?
The only one, you know what it is?
Why would you let your buddy that you mess with?
Because he asked for it. Like, I don't hold people against their will. See, Cam, let me tell you something. Look, let me tell you something about me. Listen.
Wait. Here, let's do this. Wait, Kim.
I don't know what everybody else gets. I'm sitting there.
No. Listen, let me tell you something.
I was flipping on Koch. Let me explain something to you about Koch Records. They made 600. They signed the road. They sold their company for $80 million to a company called Row Entertainment.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Go ahead.
I'm letting the world know.
They just sold portions of it in Canada.
They sold the company for $80 million. Last year, Row Entertainment made $600 million, according to the Canadian Wall Street Journal. Koch put a deal on the table for me for $7 million. I say, what are you talking about? That's not 1% of $600 million. So currently, when I was on my rampage talking about Koch owed me cake, yeah, they just made close to $1 billion in the last 2 years, and I'm not taking $10 million off $1 billion.
How'd that make you feel?
But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to explain to you talk about you Koch as a graveyard, you just let your man.
It is a graveyard. If you got, listen, let me tell you something. Look, if you got, now check this out. Look, initially, when I'm saying that, that's where you go when the majors. Don't act like the general public doesn't know that this is where the artists go after.
Turn that up a little.
The majors don't act. Can you hear me, Cam?
I ain't there, brother.
Okay. Like, we clear that everybody is visible that this is where artists go after the majors won't invest in them.
All right, let me explain something to you. I got 3 different distributions. I got Def Jam, which is a major. When I got Warner Brothers, which is a major.
Yeah, and the reason why, look, let me tell you.
No.
Cam, for one second.
Wait, Cam, let's hear. Cam, hold up, Cam, because you.
3 different.
We're not talking about your money, Cam. Listen to this. Check this out. Look. If you got, look, when you was on Def Jam.
We gotta let each side say.
All right, check this out, Cam.
Let him rock for a second.
A huge portion of your success.
How much Lloyd Banks sold?
Well, Lloyd Banks is at 300,000.
And he's on Amazing. Jim is at 300,000.
Right. And that's great for Jimmy, but Jimmy's not. Listen, look. That's great for Jimmy. Like, every time I talk about balling, you know what, Cam? If you want to do...
Lloyd Banks is at 300,000. Jim Jones is at 300,000.
Yeah.
Jim Jones is on the independent.
Yeah.
Lloyd Banks is on yellow.
But Lloyd Banks has more money than Jim Jones, and when you want to talk on that level. See, you get ready to turn it into something else. Check this out.
What is you talking about? Then you like Prodigy. Come over here.
Yeah, I let him do a deal over there. Because he asked to do the deal over there, and I said, you know what? You can go if you want to do that.
How much Mobb Deep sold this year?
All right, y'all gotta...
Curtis, how much did Mobb Deep sell this year?
You're not going to be... You can ready to cause a whole different situation. Watch this.
How much
Let's not make it a different situation.
He thinks that it's good. He thinks that it's good to go in the competition. I'm not going to stop competing.
How much did the Mob sell, Curtis?
Let me tell you something. The difference between Dipset and the average artist that signs to
Whoa, all right, we gotta shut him off.
How much the Mob and how much Lloyd Banks sold?
Monse.
Doing the same numbers you do.
Monse, we gotta cut it, honey.
the difference
Cam,
between...
I'm sorry, baby, and I want to be fair to everybody, but...
Now listen, the difference between...
That phone call did not go well. Cam kept talking over 50, wouldn't let him finish a sentence, and honestly, treated the whole thing like a joke. 50 felt played, and disrespect is something he never let slide. So while still on air, 50 went straight for Cam's situation, calling out the label he was working with at the time, Cock Records. According to 50, Cock was where careers went to die. He said it was basically the B League, a retirement home for rappers the major labels stopped believing in. Cam pushed back, saying Cock was actually solid and that artists got better deals there. But after that moment, the relationship was done. They had been cool before, but that interview ended everything. And then 50 did exactly what you'd expect. He took it to the booth and dropped the first diss track, Funeral Music. And listen, he wasn't playing. That song still doesn't get the credit it deserves. It's one of the most underrated diss tracks ever, with crazy replay value. 50 went all in and even shot a video for it. But the wildest part came after. 50 sent 2 massive bodyguards in suits to Cameron's office with a package. Inside were 2 black roses and a small coffin. Black roses symbolize death, and the coffin made the message painfully clear. The song was called Funeral Music for a reason. In the video, 50 even used a hearse, basically implying Cam's career was riding in the back. It was next-level disrespect. Still, Cam wasn't soft, and for anyone who forgot, Cam can really rap. He fired back with his own diss track called Curtis, using 50's real name. This was back when rap beef was serious. It wasn't just bars, there were skits before skits were even popular. Hearing Curtis repeated throughout the track was comedy gold. And Cam didn't stop there. He dropped a second diss, this time leaning fully into skit mode, flipping 50's own tactics right back on him.
The truck of the Lambie can be stuffed in some candy. This ain't a label, Curtis. I'm freaking with family. See my squad done waited right behind them bars that's gated. Hopped out the casket, bastard, reincarnated. Yep, so have a seat. This gonna be a masterpiece. I have to beef. He looked like a gorilla with rabbit teeth. Bugs, monkey, act hard with a crack guard. The Mac bras, that video ain't Queens. It's your backyard.
This was back when rap beef was serious. It wasn't just bars, there were skits before skits were even popular. Hearing Curtis repeated throughout the track was comedy gold. And Cam didn't stop there. He dropped a second diss, this time leaning fully into skit mode, flipping 50's own tactics right back on him.
Name of Curtis Jackson, locked up, I've been there. I went to the police academy, now I'm doing the locking up. I'm following the footsteps of Sammy Guarano, aka Sammy the Bull. And my favorite of them all, Leroy Niggy Mars.
It became apparent that freedom was mostly on his mind. And since Barnes knew he could only be released through a presidential pardon, he understood that the government wanted more from him. So he testified before the President's Commission on Organized Crime, wearing a hood, telling the commission about drug operations in New York. And Barnes began to snitch on his fellow inmates as well.
Yeah! That's my.
Cam went full comedy, and honestly, it worked. The video showed a fake version of 50 Cent in court, snitching on everybody. And trust me, that still wasn't even the craziest part.
Yeah! This show is not about snitching. It's about cooperating. So now, I welcome you to Curtis. Yeah, nigga! Welcome! My show! My rules! I'll lock your punk ass up, man!
Brought to you by Decon Rat Traps. For rats as big as Curtis, use Decon Rat Traps.
Order. Order. Order in the court. May the witness state his name, please.
Informant Curtis Jackson. 079-78-959.
Snitch. And why are you here?
Him right there, in the beige vest, that nigga sell all the drugs. All the drugs. And that man right there, Gray, he ain't shit. Yeah, that nigga beating up on his baby mom, but you ain't here for me.
You's a real faggot. You keep quiet now, settle down.
Yeah, and that right there, yeah, you. With the black fitted. Yeah, that nigga got me about 2 years ago.
You shot yourself, Curtis. Stop.
I know he did it. I saw you. And that dude right there, all I gotta say about him is murder. All y'all niggas going down, man. I'm telling on all y'all. G, you next. I'm telling on you. I'm telling on you. I'm telling on you. I'm especially telling on you. G, you next. Hey, you. Filthy rich. Yeah, man. Ain't no motherfucking snitch. Working things out, nigga. I'm trying to benefit from you, motherfuckers. Yeah. G, net. Here we go now.
I heard about that Curtis, nigga. I heard about it.
Curtis telling on everybody. Everybody? Really? Little leg Larry? Little Larry told on little leg Larry just went down there to see the court. And he get out of right now. Little leg Larry locked up. He locked up. No, little leg Larry locked up. He trying to call his mama right now to give him some bail. Now she at the fish market. My mama house is gonna be me. No, how we do. I get to understand different. That nigga Curtis. He's snitching, Curtis. Curtis is a snitch. That nigga snitching, Curtis. Curtis is a snitch. He telling Curtis. Come on, Curtis. Stop talking about Curtis is a snitch. He telling. Who you talking about? Just talking about the Curtis. Hallelujah, swear to God, man. Curtis is telling. Who you telling on? Goddamn, Curtis, stop the shit, won't you, man? Just being courtesy. Show some courtesy, Curtis. Won't you stop snitch on mothers, grandmothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and the in-laws? God damn it, man. Shit is crazy, bro. Just being Curtis.
After that, everyone was waiting on 50's response. But then something weird happened. Cam'ron disappeared. No music, no interviews, no sightings. He just stopped responding. That's when the jokes started. People said anyone who beefs with 50 eventually goes missing. Cam was treated like a lost person, and 50 clowned him non-stop.
You also been in some other, battles and wars and Cam as well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I haven't heard about Cam. I don't want to talk about him because he's missing. He's missing, and I don't know what happened. You understand what I'm saying? All I know is I was looking forward to going back and forth with him, mixing it up a little bit. I thought he had a good start. He had a sense of humor. You know what I'm saying? And he was using the comedy route instead of, actually being aggressive and going for it. And I was like, ooh, that's something different. And I'm evaluating that for a second. He works for me now. Gave me a title for my new album. He's in the creative department.
Why do you think that
condolences?
Later on, 50 revealed that Cam actually inspired the album title Curtis. Cam eventually resurfaced and explained that he'd been in Florida and couldn't respond because he was on probation.
May 17th. I just got a two-way talking about Curtis is talking about I won't come outside. I'm in my motherfucking vacation home because it's going to be a real motherfucking hot summer, man, for everybody. And probation is officially over. Oh yeah, last week, officially. And all that shit going on, I'm not going to jail for none of y'all. Should've sizzled down or whatever. But Curtis, you want to get involved? You ain't left alone, brother. You're not left alone. Holla at me. I'm right here. Killer, May 17th. I just got it. Yeah, you see the palm trees? I'm on vacation and I'll be off. June 1st. Curtis. Get my pool in the back.
Now,
Cam promised he'd be back by summer. Summer came, summer went, and Cam was still nowhere to be seen. But 50, he was far from done. On September 13th, 2007, at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York, 50 shocked everybody by bringing out Jules Santana and Jim Jones, two major Dipset members, to perform with him on stage.
Hold up. Somebody's here. Hold up. What the f*** is that? Put your motherfucking hands up. Where my man at? What I mean?
If you don't get how wild that was, let me explain. Beefing with someone is one thing, but getting two key members of their group to rock with you on stage? That's pure art of war. 50 was playing chess, not checkers. And he still wasn't finished. He even tried to sign Jim Jones.
And I'm back. It's your boy 50 Cent bringing you more Rap City. It's going down right here. I know this is your favorite show right now because I'm on it. And I told y'all earlier I was going to bring somebody new in the G Unit. I might have a new signing, I might not. You see, I got the whole G Unit here. We're going to get it going. What you got back here? Ah! Oh, man. Yeah. What you know? What you know? It's your man Jim Jones right here. Brought you the biggest record of last year, right?
When 50 said, "It's your man Jim Jones right here," that was a direct shot at Cam'ron. Fast forward to 2025, and Cam has confirmed that once 50 performed with Jim and Jules, the beef was basically dead.
Legend for the younger audience, we had like a rap battle thing at one time. And 50, what you did, so we was having interior problems at Dipset. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that we was like not on the same page.
Right.
So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show. I'm like, so I'm sitting there like,
that was
like it's such a kind of smoke. Cause I wouldn't have thought about reaching out to Yayo or Lloyd Banks. I'm like, public with this?
I'm like, yo.
What was your thought process behind saying, yo, you know what? The songs. How did this work? How did it go?
I was there. I'm in your horse and carriage video. I'm in the pool.
Right. Oh, you know what? You told me this.
Your horse and carriage video.
You told me this before.
I was in the pool in the horse and carriage.
Wow, that's crazy.
So if you look, like when everybody's there.
Right.
Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was your man, like on the side, like in the side, he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it. Mm-hmm. But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. Then you gotta watch to see how he responds. And then when you see, he like, oh shit, he really like that. Give me this, give me Jimmy.
Well, I remember this real talk. I was on probation at the time. My probation officer was like, come down to probation or we gonna lock you up on Thursday. I'm like, what the fuck I did? And New York City Intel was there. And New York City Intel said, what's going on with you and 50 Cent? I said, it's some music shit. What the fuck are you talking about? They said, well, it just seems like it's one of me. I said, yo, he puts people out of business. I gotta respond. I smirked everything I love. I told these business. I'm like, yo, the man puts people out of business. You gotta say something. Then one officer's like, yeah, he does, man. He does. So it's just on me. Y'all gonna talk to him? Like, they like, yeah, his flight is late. We're gonna have a conversation with him too. So the more the story is, like I said, Dipset at that time kind of really wasn't on the same page, but it wasn't
public,
external. And I was like, maybe I could fix this shit before it gets out of hand. And that's where my mind frame was at. But then when I went on stage, I'm like,
it was Apollo.
Shit that spun out of your nigga.
It just went out of control.
It just a checkmate moment, which was, I said, this is devious right here. Devious shit right here. But I respect it. I liked it, that shit. I liked it, that shit.
But inside Dipset, things never recovered. Trust was broken, and once that happens, there's no fixing it. Cam felt betrayed, and the group was never the same after that.
Yeah, that's why I called you down real quick, because, just basically, we're not going to do a whole big thing and get crazy. Look, because I hear the DJs, I hear the fans, I hear everybody. I'm not doing a Diplomat album, not rhyming with Jim and Jewels or nothing. I wish them all the best of luck. Accept it, people. The people don't want to seem to accept it. I don't have time to do that. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. So that's why I called you here, because I know you'll get it across the world. And hopefully the people will get it in their head. Cam is doing Cam. I'm not doing no Diplomat Immunity 3 album. I hope they'll do it, and good luck. I wish them luck on it. I'm not doing it. Stop dreaming, stop wishing, stop hoping, stop imagining. I'm not doing it. Official. What's today's date? Thursday, March 26, 2009. Cameron Giles, AKA Spacely Sprockets, AKA Jaffe Joe, AKA Killer Cam, AKA KFC, whatever you want to call me, I am not doing no Diplomat 3 album.
Now here we are today in 2025. 50 Cent and Cameron are cool. Beef squashed. Real friendship. That's why 50 can sit down on Cam's podcast like nothing ever happened. But Jim Jones? He's on the opposite side now. After his comments on the Justin LaBoy podcast, he dropped a freestyle taking shots at both Cam and 50. Cam fired back immediately and even called Jim a fan.
address a couple things because we've been on vacation. And a lot of things been talking since I was off vacation. We're gonna start with Jomo. We'll start with Jomo. And you are a guardian angel and designer. What the f is you talking about, man? You are from the Bronx, bro. You was a fan, nigga. You begged us. You are a fan, nigga. A fan. We didn't grow up with you. I am from 140th and Lenox. I am from NFL. Up the block was 40 Wolves. Lou Simpson's on 142nd Cross Square. D. Ferg on number 8th Avenue. I don't see you around none of this.
So let me know what you think about all of this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe. God bless.